Young up-and-coming talents to really make a name for themselves all across this area.
Yeah, A1 Anthony Young, a student out of the ICWA Wrestling Academy, has really made a name for himself over the past few years, but pro wrestling pundits have been predicting a very bright future for A1. We're going to see if he can expand the territory here in Victory Championship Wrestling. This is a matchup I think could be a potential show stealer for us, gentlemen.
Certainly, I'm looking forward to seeing A1 Anthony Young. First opportunity that I've had to see him in the ring.
And what a challenge facing him in the form of Zeke Mercer, in many ways considered the heart and soul of Victory Championship Wrestling. If you want a test coming into this company for the first time, No Mercy Zeke Mercer is quite the test.
Referee Mark Charles assigned this contest.
We want to give a big thank you and shout out to the South Franklin Fire Department for hosting us here tonight in Washington, PA, Station 32 here in Washington. All proceeds for tonight's event go towards the South Franklin Fire Department, and it's a great relationship that we have and a great chance to host wrestling here in Washington, PA, as Zeke Mercer getting a better here of Anthony Young in the corner, but quite a stalemate in the early goings.
Yeah, this is definitely a situation where you're going to have to really take calculated risk because, as we know, it takes just 3 seconds. One slip could end the night for you, and you know that Anthony Young in particular making his VCW debut, if he wants to get himself in the conversation of VCW in 2025, you have to be successful here in your debut because, as you said, Eamon, and it was very wisely stated, Zeke Mercer is somewhat of a measuring stick for those that want to come in here and make an impact, become a regular on the VCW roster.
Anthony Young may be getting a little bit better, but Zeke Mercer is not going to have someone, play head games with them, get in their mind, psych them off their game. And Zeke Mercer also coming in to this matchup with quite the high from our last event in McMecken, West Virginia, in that Fans Bring the Weapons match in the main event, getting the victory.
One of the most violent matches in the history of this organization, I can tell you that much. And here we're seeing that amateur background from Zeke. We've seen that they know exactly how to get an opponent down on the canvas because that's where you can win the matchup. Plus, Anthony Young, shoulders down here, nicely done. Anthony Young is known to be a high flyer. How do you neutralize the offense of A1? You keep him on the canvas.
Absolutely, and Mercer in full control here with his side headlock.
I don't know that you guys are giving A1 enough credit. He looks like he has some seasoning in that ring.
Definitely a great ring acumen from all that I've seen in the past, but also you can just tell in great physical shape and conditioning. And
back heel trip from Zeke. Did you see that? How Zeke was able to not only extricate himself defensively, but put himself back on offense with the side headlock.
Still seems like there's a feeling out period between these two men in the ring, and that makes some sense because I don't know that each other know all that much about the other man.
Sent on to the ropes, Zeke Mercer duck under. Anthony Young, oh, look at that, using the arm to get Zeke Mercer up and back into that hold.
That was a slick move.
Yeah, very, very well done. That front chantry now transitioning back to the headlock. That's how you control an opponent. It's elementary but effective, which is why it's one of the staples of professional wrestling.
Mercer was trying to wiggle his way their way free, but instead shot to the gut. Sometimes that's the easiest method is the correct method when it comes to getting out of a hold in professional wrestling. But Mercer trying to fight back.
And Deck, to your point, I believe the feeling out process is over here because we're seeing the animosity escalate here as A1 just bull rushed Mercer. They got waffled in the center of the ring that time.
And look at the way this man poses. He's a true professional in this ring.
Oh, Mercer tried for a shot. Irish whip off the ropes. Mercer, Hurricanrana, nice takedown.
Zeke is so dynamic inside those ring ropes.
Big drop kick.
2 feet firmly in the chest sends A1 to the canvas, following up. Did you notice how quickly Zeke followed up with that pinfall attempt? That's a sign of a true professional, making the most of the opportunity with your opponent on the canvas.
Now Mercer trying to get Young up onto his shoulders and having the wherewithal to grab that top rope.
Yeah, it's some ring generalship, Eamon, to your point.
Well, and the hold needs to be broken at that point. I don't know necessarily.
Oh, man, that was nasty.
And that was, I think, right across the eyes on that rope. And that is not just a rope. That is a stiff cable cover. Only 2.
Referee Mark Charles finds 2. And again, I'm going to go back to the animosity escalating here.
Young, you can just see in his eyes, like hyper-focused on taking it to Zeke Mercer, not even letting the opportunity slip by him. And now taking things out onto the floor. Quite a dangerous environment here that Young is placing this match in.
Yeah, we've got the steel guardrails, obviously the ring posts, the apron. Not friendly territory out there on the floor. But again, Young showing wisdom beyond his years because he's getting his opponent back in the ring because it's where you can win the matchup.
Mercer trying to fight from underneath here with forearm shots. But, Young going to those eyes.
Well, we're seeing who's going to take that shortcut.
Eamon, I don't know that he necessarily went to the eyes. I think his head just fell into his hands, and Young didn't really have a choice.
Did A1 slip you some 20s before tonight's broadcast or something?
If he did, LaMotta, do you think I'd tell you?
No, you definitely wouldn't. But
I would love to know. I would love some 20s, but calling the action fair around the middle here. But Young into the cover. Mercer able to get a light kick out there, but not the same force that you would normally expect.
And that shows you how much the offense is really beginning to take its toll on Zeke here.
Irish whip now, off into the ropes. Ooh, tried for a drop kick, but Young was scouted there by Mercer. Mercer now off the ropes. Catches him on the rebound.
Poetry in motion that time.
Wow.
There was some sizzle on that one.
Absolutely.
Young is showing himself to be quite impressive here in the early goings. And I have to imagine a lot of that pre-match scouting when you prepare for a matchup like this is coming into a play, knowing when and where to catch Zeke Mercer off guard. Mercer now trying to fight back here. Possibly waistlock here, maybe German suplex. Young, though, able to fight free.
Yeah, Young using that height advantage to try to neutralize some of the leverage here. And we're seeing the tide turn. This has been a very, very evenly matched contest. That's what we can expect because these two are of a similar age, similar experience level. And, of course, as we've seen, they're both very, very agile.
Well, it would appear that A1 Anthony Young, he all of a sudden took it up another notch when he started to tear off those pants. Those tearaway pants came off, and now it looks like he's ready for business.
It's almost as if that was the pregame in his mind, telling Zeke Mercer, now we're in overdrive.
Zeke trying to extricate themselves here. Chin breaker works their way out.
Big clothesline.
And now we're seeing Mercer match that intensity here.
That's the thing with Zeke Mercer. When their back is up against the wall, that's typically when they turn it up a little bit, but a nice kick there right to the side of the head of Mercer. Very agile is Anthony Young.
Eamon, you had mentioned that he was turning up to overdrive, but I don't even know that.
2.5
count. I don't even know that he's gotten started in this match. LaMotta had mentioned that the animosity is starting to build, but I think there's a whole nother level in the tank for A1.
Well, we know that Anthony Young has cardio for days. That's one thing on our IndyWrestling.us network. He had a recent matchup in the APWF and showed that he can go that 15, 20-minute mark. He's not going to run out of gas.
But you do not want to get into a striking battle with Zeke Mercer as Mercer
Correct.
laying in those forearm shots. Oh, Young catching him off there with a shoulder right to the gut. And now what could he be thinking here? Double underhook.
A1 could be looking to put this one away. Zeke was aware of it.
See, I don't like the way that Zeke seems to use the ring to his advantage in this match at every opportunity.
You don't like that, but you like that from A1.
Well, again, there's a difference between using the environment to your advantage and just downright cheating.
Oh, big brain buster right in the center of the ring. This could be it.
This is it.
Lackadaisical cover will not get it done in that exchange. You have to hook the leg if you want to put away someone like Zeke Mercer.
You're exactly right there, Jim. It was a mounting cover, but didn't have the pressure down on the shoulders, either exasperation or maybe a little bit of cockiness.
Cockiness. He has the word icon tattooed across his chest.
That's fair. Definitely not a subtle man. Oh, Mercer.
Wait a minute, telegraphed it. Zeke caught him.
Big German suplex. And now Mercer trying to get the wherewithal under him, and a big clothesline turns Young inside out. But Zeke unable to capitalize here.
We're in a virtual stalemate here. The first competitor to their feet could have a real advantage here.
And Mercer just wasting time trying to get the crowd behind him. This is a terrible, terrible misjudgment.
Eyeing up Young. Big clothesline.
Well, Washington's behind Zeke, and there's a lot of force behind those clotheslines.
You know what's not going to help Zeke Mercer in this match?
Ooh!
Blue Thunder bomb hooks those legs.
No!
Inches away. We are high drama, high competition in just our opening matchup here in Washington.
And this should be proof to Zeke Mercer that trying to pander to the crowd isn't what's most important. Yes, these fine people at Washington, PA seem to be behind him, but that's not going to be what wins him the match.
Mercer thought he had it put away with that Blue Thunder bomb, but now eyeing up.
Oh, wait.
Possibly for that running Shining Wizard. Oh, but Young unable to get to his feet, and the referee trying to get some separation here.
Well, this is the first time that the referee has finally taken charge of this match.
Look out. Wait a minute.
Is Mercer up? Oh!
Young using the position of the official.
That was such an astute move. And now climbing to the top.
What could he be thinking? Big elbow drop right to the chest. Cover, hook of the leg. No!
Unbelievable. Competition personified right here.
LaMotta, that seemed like a very slow 2 count.
Who are you to doubt Mark Charles?
Well, look, we're in Washington, PA. I'm not sure that anybody can count to 3.
Well, that's again, thank you to our South Franklin Volunteer Fire Department for having us, as Declan's insulted all of you here.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Pick up.
Wait, he was trying for that double underhook before. Mercer now able to fight free with an arm drag. There's that Shining Wizard!
And I believe A1 just got his lights knocked out. Hooks the leg. He got him. Zeke Mercer, they have done it.
No mercy, Zeke Mercer.
That was a hell of a matchup.
A great way to kick off Fight Fire with Fire 2. Back and forth action. It seemed like either man could have had it won, but Zeke Mercer pulling out the victory.
And they have proven once again that they are, in fact, the measuring stick of Victory Championship Wrestling.
And look at Mercer here.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.